Hi. So I'm getting on Facebook arguments with people about gun control and like how can America get the guns away from people who might walk into public places, schools, concerts, wherever, and just start shooting people. How can we stop that? Like, how are we going to do that? And like there doesn't seem to be any answers except more guns. So I'm going to do like this really cool thing that maybe like a lot of people will understand. So this this right here, use bottle caps because it's sort of like a common thing. This is going to represent all the guns in America. Okay, I was talking recently that civilians have 380 million guns. All right, so let's say each one of these bottle caps right here represent, say, like 50 million. 50 million. Okay, so two of them is a million, or sorry, 50 million, 100 million. Yeah, 50 million. So one, two, three, and then we'll just give an extra one. Okay, so 1 million, 2 million, 3, or sorry, 50, 500 million. All right, 500 million. All right, 1, 2, 300 million, and then we'll just round up the 80 million for another million, whatever. Okay. So, anyways, this is how much guns civilians have. Okay. All right. Now let's just assume that the military has just as many weapons. Let's just say that they do. They got them sitting around, whatever. All right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. So that's like, so it'd be like guns of the cops and the Army Reserve, Marines, everything. Okay. I might be wrong, but let's just go with me for a second. Hear me out. All right. These are your Second Amendment rights guns. None of them are supposed to be automatic. This is military guns. Probably a lot of them are automatic, right? Now, if you ever played board games, if you're going to make a bet on who's going to win this fight, it's going to be this many. Right here. That's the first reason why it's past 200 years the Second Amendment is going to really protect these gun owners. Okay. Secondly, they also have a lot of different other things like helicopters, Humvees, tanks, drones, other kinds of chemical warfares, aircraft carriers, missiles. Okay, so let's just say, for the sake of the hell of it, that the military or whoever that is going to take these guns away from everybody who has these rights, let's say that they're going to utilize those other things. So we want to say, let's say a tank is worth another bottle cap, and let's say that they have a million tanks. Okay, so let's throw one of these in, and then they've also got a million aircraft carriers or boats, watercraft. Then we've also got jeeps and Humvees. Did I say tanks yet? Okay. When we talk about missiles, missiles are gonna probably could kill a lot of those gun owners right there. So we're gonna probably throw a bunch of these missiles in there. Then we want to talk about any kind of chemical warfare, tear gas, other things. We also want to talk about chain guns. Let's throw a couple more of these in there, a couple more of those in there. Then we're also going to talk about basically an unlimited supply of resources. And probably throw another one in there. And before you know it, like this right here. This many doesn't stand up to this many. It doesn't. So just and this isn't to like crush your hopes and dreams of keeping your firearms. I want you to have firearms. I want you to protect your house. That's my personal opinion. I think it would be right for you to have a gun in your house because then there's less likely a chance that someone's going to rob you. That's a good thing. It's a good thing for you and a good thing for society. But if you have like a surplus of guns, and let's say you have a child or a stepchild or a foster child or a next door neighbor, and they know that you have all these guns, and they get their hands on them, that's not good. How do we stop that? Well, that's these folks right here. They got to stop that. How are we going to stop that? How are we going to make sure that people don't have the weapons who don't need to have the weapons? That's an answer. So on Facebook, I'm getting a lot of people who say it doesn't matter who has the weapons or not. It's all right to just have them. Well, you got to try really hard. So, in my opinion, what if you just get a website that's got all of America, a big old map of America here. Let's look down real good. It's a big old map of America right here. Say this is your city right here. This is where you live. And Joe Blow here, he slapped his girlfriend. John Gina over here, John G, he flashed a gun at his neighbor. This guy right here used to kill his cats in his backyard. This guy right here, he keeps getting the cops called to his house for various disturbances reasons. This guy here's got over 16 different assault style weapons, black style. They kind of look military grade right here. There's that guy. This person over here is a felon, and somebody saw him with a gun. Okay, so this is. What if we just had a website with a map with these kind of people on here? Now, if you have a 9mm weapon next to your bed in a safe, you're not going to be on this map. You're not going to be on the map because you're not endangering anybody. As soon as you start fucking endangering people, they got to understand this. When you start endangering people, you don't get to have those rights anymore. It's not. You just don't get to. That's why people get their cars taken away. Like if you have a car and you were driving your car and you hit someone and you kill them, you don't get to drive a car anymore. Okay? Now guns are designed specifically to kill people. So if you act like you want to kill somebody, if you use hate terms or hate somebody or threaten to kill somebody or say you're going to kill somebody you can train as much as you want to do it. But if anybody thinks that you're going to go and murder somebody, there should be a way for the whole community to know. Because it's bullshit when nobody fucking knows, and then all of a sudden 17 kids get killed. Now, that ain't the kids' fault, and it's not the FBI's fault. Somebody today said it was the FBI. The FBI don't give a shit about some 17-year-old, 18-year-old kid who was popping bottles off his back porch, with a gun or whatever. They got bigger fish to fry, all right? Now, even if it were the FBI's responsibility to take care of every troubled youth in the United States, they have a higher power telling them what to do. And that's, lawmakers. It's the bigwigs. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but the bigwigs get paid money. And they don't not want that money. They want that money. They get that money. They're never going to let go of that money until we vote them out. So, if we fail to vote them out, maybe there just needs to be like a firearm predator registry website, so that when you go out in community, you know the faces of the people who are a threat to safety. And I don't think that any logical person would fight with that, because you fight with that and then it happens, you're the one that defended the murder. You let that happen. And that's illegal. That people are going to trial for that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking a bunch of bullshit. I know how to shoot a gun. I have a gun. I know how to. I'll practice fantasize on how to disarm someone with a gun. But when it comes right down to it, a whole school full of kids, they're not going to stop a gunman You know, and yeah, you can have a couple police officers in there, but to have one in every classroom. What about in the schools where kids are really unruly? How long do you think it's going to be before a kid pulls a gun on a student? It'll happen. Cops do it every day. How would it be any different? So I think I think that is a good explanation. I mean, I could get out my little argument and do that too. We could play a game of Risk, you know, just try to make some sense and some logic in this, you know. And the comic section, the comment section, it's so funny because I'm telling you, there are people from other countries who just get in on America's business because we're the West, we're Hollywood, man, and they just want a piece of the pie. They just want to get involved in the drama. So, and I get that. So when I get all these really nasty comments on Facebook or YouTube and stuff like, "Hey man, I get it. Like, go at it. That's fine. I put myself out there. I have big shoulders. I can take it. I'm not really offended by you. You know, say whatever you want. You know, I don't I don't sleep any less well at night. Like I really feel like if I didn't say the words that I say and put it out there, then that would be the greater crime for my life because then I would truly be doing nothing, really. So, and most people are doing nothing. You know, even the ones that have the firearms, they have all these firearms. Oh, it's my right, it's my right, and the good guy with the gun stops the bad guy with the gun. Really? Okay, well, you're gonna carry your gun every day, everywhere you go, and just wait for someone to pull a gun. How are you gonna know if they're really a bad guy? You know. So I would say like after maybe a week, a month of carrying your pistol around or whatever, you're gonna get pretty bored of doing that, and then you're not gonna do it anymore. And then you're just like anybody else who just doesn't carry their weapon around. So think that through too. Like, and think about the fact that if somebody is going to have a gun and they're going to go into a crowded place, all they got to do is walk through the door and start shooting. That's it. But so a good guy with a gun has to sneak around with the gun and look and wait and watch and pay attention at all times. And even then, there's no guarantee, you know. So you got to find what's a guaranteed way for the red flag for the alarm to go off if there might be somebody that might be a possible killer. You got to know who they are. You got to know who they are first. Say, oh, well, that's not going to stop them because they could just not report that they have a gun or whatever. Listen, man, you've got millionaires, billionaires, movie stars, public officials, basketball players. Everyone's getting in trouble for sexual assault. All it takes is just one person just get a little bit suspicious and then report it and then get it on that website. That's all it takes. You know? It wouldn't bother me one bit if it saved a life. You know, I don't have to like everybody. I don't have to have everybody love me, or I don't have to have everybody think that I'm their fucking friend. I don't give a fuck. I'll straight up tell someone, you hate people. If you legitimately hate people for no real reason, you hate an individual, and that person never did nothing to you personally, but you hate them anyway. You say shit about them. You aren't my friend. I have no love for you. I don't owe you anything. In fact, you need to prove to me that I have to show you any kind of care or respect. Because I don't respect people who hate people for no reason. I don't respect you. Because it's a sign of weakness. You're weak. You have no value to me. So, you know, some people see that as fighting words. Hey, I don't need to fight you. Why do I need to fight you? It's just the way it does in my opinion. So, I don't know, dance around the subject all you want, but the people who hate for no reason are certainly more apt to do something stupid. So, I don't know, go cry to your mama.